Hello and welcome back to my channel where we discuss various topics on fantasy, historical fiction, and the like. And today we're going to be talking about A Song of Ice and Fire. More specifically, we're going to be taking these online trivia quizzes for A Song of Ice and Fire, book exclusive. If you haven't seen my recent video where I take Game of Thrones show exclusive trivia quizzes, go check that out. So without further ado, let's get into the trivia. Okay, so we got our first quiz here, and this one it looks like they just jump right into it. There's nothing you gotta click into, you're just already on the quiz. First question, I guess you don't have to have only read the books. Maybe you could have learned this from only watching the show. I'm not actually sure if that's true. What are the words of House Baratheon is the question. I know the answer. I'm just trying to figure out if it's actually a book exclusive thing. Like if somebody who never read any of the books would be able to answer this question. I don't think so, actually. Okay, so what are the words of House Baratheon? Ours is the Fury. Question 2, what character... What character does Richard Madden play in the TV adaptation? Are you kidding me? I wanted book exclusive. Why? Whatever, we'll just answer it. Hopefully this is the only one that has anything to do with the show. Like, don't talk to me about actors. We don't want to talk about the show. Robb Stark. Yeah. Something different with this quiz that I noticed from the other quizzes that I was taking from the Game of Thrones show. They would tell you if you got the answer right or wrong when you answered it right then and there, so you knew. Anyway. Question 3, what does Valar Dohaeris mean? All men must serve. These are pretty easy. What's the word? Pretty surface. Who is Rhaego? Daenerys' son. Come on, let's make it more challenging. What relation is Edmure Tully to Eddard Stark? It's his brother-in-law. It's Cat's brother. Edmure's Cat's brother. What house does Jane, Robb's wife, come from? There we go. That's a little bit tougher, maybe. I know the answer, but it's tougher. She's Jane Westerling. Where is Melisandre from? Asshai. Yeah, actually, it took me a second, and I second-guessed myself there. How many kings has Jaime Lannister served? That's a good question. Or he became Kingsguard when Aerys Targaryen was king. So that would be the first one. So Aerys, and then the next king was Robert, then Joffrey, and then Tommen, right? I'm gonna say 4. It could be 3. Maybe he wasn't considered. Okay, I'm starting to get thrown off thinking of like show and book canon and how, they're different because never mind. Tommen definitely counts. Never mind. Forget everything I just said there. Question 9. Which character has at least one POV chapter in each of the 5 books? Okay. Questions like this are... yeah, sure, it's a book exclusive question, but there's not a lot of lore behind this question, if you will. I don't know. At least one? So the options are Robb Stark, Jon Snow, Daenerys, Tyrion, Arya. Definitely not Robb. He doesn't ever have a POV chapter. I feel like it could be Jon, Daenerys, Tyrion, or Arya. Maybe not Tyrion. I feel like maybe in A Dance with Dragons or A Feast for Crows, he is totally omitted from the POV chapters. Not totally sure if that's true. And Arya, eventually they change the name of the chapter. It's not just Arya, it's like Cat of the Canals at one point, and there might be other things. I can't remember. So maybe that's what they're doing, that maybe Arya doesn't count because they technically changed her name. I feel like Daenerys was definitely left out of at least one of the books. I'm gonna say Jon, but I don't know for sure. That's kind of guessing. All right, question 10. What is the name Arya takes when she's running errands around Braavos? That's funny. I just said that. It's Cat of the Canals. All right, so this was just a 10-question quiz. I'm gonna take another one after this, but real quick, we're gonna find out if I got any wrong or right, but I think I got at least 9 out of 10. Question 9 about the POV chapter. That's hit or miss. So I submit my answers. I got 90% right. So I got a 9 out of 10. I bet you that was the one I got wrong. Okay. I'm not gonna go through all the ones I got right. I'll scroll through so you can see. Yep, and it was Arya. Arya was the answer about the POV chapters. All right, well, I did really good on that one, so we can move on to our next quiz. A Song of Ice and Fire quiz, the ultimate trivia challenge. It better be. Like the last one, we don't get our answers until the end, but it's just gonna take us to the next question after we answer this. And here's another thing about the POV chapters. There's not any lore behind this question. Who has the most POV chapters in a Game of Thrones? I don't know. I wasn't counting. I guess it's a tough question. Should I just go with Arya again? Screw it, I'm just gonna go with Arya. Next question. What is the name of Theon Greyjoy's mother? I have no clue, except I know it's not Asha, because that's his sister. Oh, this is a good one. But yeah, hard, because she's not alive in the story. And we never meet her. We don't, right? No. Alanis Morissette? That's his mother. There we go. Gwyneth? I don't know how you say that. Liane? I can't even pronounce any of these. I'm just gonna go with Alanis. Don't know if I'm even pronouncing that one right. Whatever. Which great house's motto is "Here we stand"? Top of my head, I don't know. House Mallister, House Mormont, House Yornwood, House Blackwood. I don't know. Okay, so this one actually is really tough. I'm just gonna guess Mormont because they're a little bit more prominent than those other houses. This quiz is making me feel dumb, and that's what we wanted, right? That was the goal here. We didn't want an easy thing. Okay. Which member of the King's Guard is known as the White Bull? I do know this one. I have to go through. It's Gerald Hightower. It's definitely not Oswald Went. Maladin Moore? Is there really a guy named Maladin Moore aside from Mandon Moore? I don't think so. Or Robert Flowers. Yeah, it's Gerald Hightower for sure. The White Bull. Who is the most POV chapters in A Clash of Kings? I don't know. I'm gonna guess Tyrion. Jon, Sansa, Arya, or Tyrion. Screw it, we'll go with Tyrion. Before his death, who does Maester Aemon believe is the prince who was promised? Daenerys, Bran, Stannis, Jon. I feel like maybe it's a trick question because it says the prince who was promised, and Daenerys is a woman. So I'm just gonna go with Daenerys, but thinking back, I don't know. Okay. Which of these castles is the largest in all of the Seven Kingdoms? Harrenhal, Dragonstone, Riverrun, Winterfell. I think it's Harrenhal. Because I know it, unless something became bigger after it was burnt by Aegon the Conqueror's dragon, but I don't think so. I think it's Harrenhal. It's gotta be. Who did Sir Barristan Selmy love in his youth? It's a Dane. Cersei, Ashara Dane, yeah. And the other options are Catelyn or Lyanna. It's definitely Ashara Dane. I couldn't remember the first name, but I knew it was a Dane. Where is Missandei from? Nah. The butterflies. I think whenever anybody who was into the books thinks of Noth, they think of butterflies. But not in the nice way you think of butterflies when you think of them in the real world. Who has the most POV chapters? Oh, here we go again. God damn it. Who has the most POV chapters in Storm of Swords? Jon, Arya, Daenerys, Sansa. Who haven't I said yet? I haven't selected Sansa, but I don't think it's going to be her. I think I did not select Jon at all yet. Maybe I did in that first question. I don't remember. I'm just going to say Jon. Who is known as the King Who Knelt? Oh, this one's really easy. The only options they give you are Starks, and I know it was Torrhen Stark. He was the king in the north when Aegon the Conqueror conquered the Seven Kingdoms. So it's Torrhen. Torrhen's a pretty cool name. Which house rules the Arbor? House Gardner, House Royce, House Fisher, House Redwyn. It's not House Royce. House Gardner's gone. right? Because they were the original kings of the Reach. And then the Arbor would have to be in the Reach, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Royces of the Vale. Fisher, I don't even really remember reading anything about House Fisher. Not saying it doesn't come up at all, I just don't remember it. I think House Gardner's extinct, so it's gotta be House Redwin. And House Redwin I know is definitely a house from the Reach because Olenna Tyrell was originally Olenna Redwin. So we'll go with that. Which great house's motto is "We Remember"? House Royce, House Mudd, House Blackwood, House Vance. I don't know. What do they remember? What are they remembering? Oh, I always felt like I knew so many of the house mottos and the house sigils. Like I was kind of cocky about how much I knew. I feel like it's got to be either Blackwood or Royce because they come up more than Mudd and Vance. Is House Mudd even a real house? They're just making up houses here to throw me off. It very well could be. I like this quiz though. I like that it's hard. I don't want it to be too difficult. Okay, House Royce, we'll go with them because screw it. What is the name of Sandor Clegane's horse? Stranger, Shadow, Howler, Darkness. Stranger for sure. I do know this 100%. He had a mean horse. That horse would try to bite people. Oh god. Nope, no, they're gonna do it for each book. Who is the most POV chapters in A Feast for Crows? So yeah, they're gonna do this for A Dance with Dragons too. So it's either Jaime, Brienne, Sansa, or Cersei. I think it's gonna be Jaime or Cersei because, wait, is it Jaime? Does he have POV? I don't remember. This is also more reinforcement that I gotta reread the books. I would really love to reread these books. It's just, they're huge. They take forever to read. And I'm dumb, I'm a slow reader. I'm too dumb to read books that big that often. Anyway, I'm gonna go with Cersei because I just remember reading a lot of POV chapters from Cersei in A Feast for Crows because you don't get any POV chapters from her until this book. Okay. What is the name of Euron Greyjoy's ship? That one's easy. It's Silence. And his crew are all mutes. Who is better known as the Sword of the Morning? Was it Dane? Arthur Dane. There's so many random Danes. There's no other Dane options on here. If they gave me other Dane options, I wouldn't know. What was the name of Tywin Lannister's wife? Joanna. I remember that one very well for some reason. And they were also cousins. Tywin Lannister married his cousin. Which house lives at Greywater Watch? House Hort? No, definitely not. House Teague, House Justman, House Reed. It's House Reed. Who has the most POV chapters in A Dance with Dragons? Yeah, we knew that was coming. Samwell, Daenerys, Jon, Tyrion. I don't know. Could be Daenerys. The one Daenerys chapter I specifically remember was her final chapter. And she had, what do they call it? Dysentery? I'm just gonna guess that. Based on that memory alone, I'm gonna guess Daenerys. Okay. Which great house does the Valyrian steel sword Heartsbane belong to? It's Tarly. That's, yeah, Sam's house. Which Targaryen was known as the Dragon Knight? Balon, Daeron, Aerys, Aemon. I don't think it'd be, no, it wouldn't be Aerys because he was the Mad King. It's either Aemon or Daeron. Aemon sounds right. I'm gonna say Aemon. But I don't remember, I'm just guessing. I'm guessing with the majority of these questions. What is the name of the ship that is captained by Sir Davos Seaworth? I know this one. There we go. Black Betha. Who was the person who knighted Jaime Lannister? Arthur Dane, Gerald Hightower, Oswell Went, Barristan Selmy. I don't know. It's a good one. I'm gonna say... no. I don't think it was Barristan. I'm gonna say Arthur Dane. Which house lives at Blackhaven? Is Dondarrion. I know that one. I remember that one. Oh, okay. That was the last question then. I got 22 out of 25 correct answers, which was very good. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? Where do I see that? I got to know. All right. Again, I'm not going to scroll through, or I'm just going to quickly scroll through all of the ones that I got right. I'm not going to read all of them because that's very tedious. I'll just read out the ones that I got wrong. Who was the most POV chapters in A Game of Thrones? The answer was Ned. I said Arya. Okay. And then, yeah, of course, the very next one I get wrong is the POV chapters one again. Who has the most POV chapters in A Storm of Swords? Jon. I said Jon, it's Arya. I said Arya for A Game of Thrones. So that's fun. And okay, the next question I get wrong is about the POV chapters in A Dance with Dragons. Oh, so that means that I got the one about A Feast for Crows correctly, right? Yeah, it was Cersei. Okay, so I put Daenerys and it was Jon. Whatever, I'm not ashamed that I don't know that. Some of these I could be ashamed of, but not that one. All right, I think I did really good. That was it, okay. I did pretty good, okay. All right, well, this was fun. The first one was pretty easy and it was only 10 questions, but the second one was 25 questions. And they were actually, some of them were whatever, but most of those questions were actually pretty good and weren't too complicated. And I was pretty intimidated going into this, that they were going to be extremely complicated because it's been a long time, at least, I don't know, 3 years maybe since I read the books. I don't want them to be overly complicated, but I don't want them to be easy either. So I think we got a good combination here. I think it was pretty, this was a good quiz. The second one was a good one. With that said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up to help support my channel and subscribe to see more videos on fantasy, historical fiction, and the like. And thank you for watching.